Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Laura and Rick Williams are suing Paul and Michelle Garcia in the amount of $850. The co-plaintiffs claim their underage daughter went on a destructive rampage and say it's because she got drunk at the Garcia's home.
State your name, sir.
I'm Rick Williams.
Laura Williams.
Marcy Williams.
All right.
I'm Paul Garcia.
Michelle Garcia.
Okay.
Kayla Garcia.
All right, and Mr. Williams, you're suing Mr. Garcia, alleging that he owes $850 because your daughter got drunk over to their home. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, start with you.
Well, our sweet daughter came home intoxicated from the defendant's house. She vandalized our neighbor's garage and garden on the way
How
home.
so? Out of anger or something?
Yeah, she was intoxicated.
I know, everybody intoxicated.
There was a...
Don't talk over me. I was talking.
I do apologize.
Because you can't even explain why your daughter would tear things up. Just for, there's a lot of people that get drunk. Most of them go to sleep. They fall out. Mm-hmm. And you got some mean drunks who talk nasty to people and then they get into a fight. But I don't know of many drunks that go around and just when they're drunk just suddenly starts destroying things just randomly. Do you have any idea why she decided to vandalize the community?
I think she was, she doesn't drink a lot. I think she was scared. She didn't know where she was. She wandered home by herself intoxicated. And I'm assuming
How did she get there?
She walked a few blocks. They live a few blocks
to
away
the party.
from us.
So you're saying, what about her? Why did she walk back when in fact you had driven her there? Was there a purpose for driving her there? Because it should have been the opposite. Well, I guess you didn't expect, nor should they have been drinking, but it's usually the opposite. If there's a chance that they might be drinking, you pick them up as opposed to drop them off.
Right.
Get there the best way you can, girl. Then, yeah. But I'm gonna pick you up because I don't want you walking around drunk.
Well, we didn't know there was going to be alcohol at the house. We thought it was a simple...
Why did you drop her off?
Just because I was heading out. And I thought, you know what? I'll just drop you off on my way out to the grocery store.
All right. I didn't know whether it was an intentional, come on, let's go so I can drop you off. That's being a little more careful. And so that's why I'm wondering, if you were careful in the beginning, why weren't you more careful at the end?
Yeah. Well, we weren't...
So if it was a sleepover, why was she leaving?
Well, our daughter told us that they got into a fight, her and her friend asked her to leave. Well, pushed her out to leave. And so there was no parents to be found. She's intoxicated. And so she wandered home on her own.
And tell me about the damage she caused to the neighborhood.
Well, she stumbled onto our neighbor's yard. I'm assuming maybe she didn't quite know where she was.
What was the damage?
She damaged the garage door.
How?
By trying to open it. She broke the springs in it, pushing it up when it was locked. She cracked a window in their garage, and she tossed over a fountain which was in their garden.
And when you asked why she did that, what did she tell you?
She can't remember. She was intoxicated. We have never, ever seen her in this state before.
All right, and get some background from you guys.
Your Honor, these people are lying. As the father of the household, I'll tell you that this isn't the first time that their daughter comes over, and they have a little sleep together, and they never have any problems, right? And, you know, my daughter knows that as the rules of the house, there's no underage drinking. They respect, and they just have a good time, and, you know, we check on them here and there, you know?
Well, our daughter said you never checked on them once. They never even said hello.
What did the ages range from?
She don't even remember her name, come on.
Right. Remember? You make a good point.
Yeah.
She don't remember anything from that night, remember? You couldn't tell me what she did to the neighbor's garage or whether she remembered that. No, she doesn't remember that. Cracked the garage? No, doesn't remember that. Destroyed the neighbor's fountain? No, don't remember that. So let's not get her, let's keep that memory loss going.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir. Resume where you were.
Yeah, so like I was saying, so, you know, we always try to keep them together, to have their little friendship going on.
In the age range, that's what I was asking.
16, 17.
Okay, and how often did you expect them to check on 16-year-olds?
Well, to come in and say hello, maybe.
How often, ma'am?
3 or 4 times. That's
Over
what
the
I
course
would
of
do.
how many hours?
Well, 10 hours, I guess they're, hanging out,
Okay.
sleeping over.
They were there for 10 hours?
We
Was
were
that
there,
the
but we're not
intent?
babysitters. We're not there constantly over them. No.
But you were there in the house, obviously.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
We
Okay.
did check on them.
And you don't have to be at the house, quite frankly, unless they're staying overnight. They were staying overnight. That was the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point, you did need to be at the house for 16-year-olds. All right. What did occur? You say that you usually this and it's usually that, and what did occur this time?
They usually watch movies, respect the house, have a little good time. They get up the next morning, they go, and usually they pick them up. I don't know why they didn't this time, but that's another
You
case.
usually
Because
pick
your
them up?
daughter wasn't there. Your daughter kicked our daughter out of your house.
That's not true.
It is
Young lady is over here speaking, so I want you guys, you got to stand up when you speak. And you too. I know you might be hung over today or something. Don't fall out in here. I was wondering why these young ladies are speaking, and then she starts speaking from her chair. Your Honor, it didn't happen like that.
Exactly.
You get up and do all that. She
That's
over there
unfair.
doing like that.
Still drunk.
Go ahead. And so, what did occur, as you say?
We have a game room where the TV's at. We have a bar there, and it's usually respected. We never had a problem before, and my daughter knows better. And I just went. Bottles were empty.
Where was the alcohol located in your home?
In the basement in the game room. And my daughter knows, and she's had other sleepovers, that they're not allowed to touch it, even if there's adults available.
But she broke the rules. It was touched. And can I just... So this happened all at night. They had an argument. They're supposedly in the house, did not hear the argument, which is baffling to me.
How many children were there?
Just the two of them.
Go ahead.
And then second, her daughter, if she's such a good girl, why didn't she go upstairs and get you
She didn't
when
say
they were
she was
having...
a good girl. I didn't hear everybody say that. You the one said that
Well-
about your daughter. So tell me, why did she get drunk and go and destroy other people's property? Your good daughter, your pure
what?
daughter.
Yeah.
See, remember, you didn't say that about her because you know she shouldn't have taken it. All she did was condemn his daughter, which is what he should do and what you should do too. All he did was condemn his daughter. She shouldn't have done it. She's told not to do it. She locked it up and they went in it. They shouldn't have X, Y, Z. You, the perfect daughter of mine. You see her, Your Honor. So she wouldn't
Your
do
Honor.
it better. She done got drunk and come destroy
She-
everything in the neighborhood.
She-
Go ahead, sir. What?
Your Honor, their perfect daughter got our daughter already suspended about 3 times.
No,
but I have a,
let me see that, please.
but I already
Oh,
have.
one time.
one.
One
But I
time.
have a
That's
report
one
of
time
one for sure.
suspension, not 3.
Well, that knocks the perfection off immediately, right? That first time that happened, she was
Yeah.
no longer perfect.
Yeah, no longer perfect. Yeah.
And this was in 22.
Good kids.
So she hadn't been
make
perfect in
mistakes.
nearly a year. And was that the first incident she had at school? She was suspended. Was this the first time?
No, this is her second time. But let me just say, Your Honor, please. Our daughter is in AP classes. She is a great student. She is friends with her teacher. She has a lot of friends at schools. Good kids make bad decisions.
I'm applauding her. But please don't destroy other people's property and get drunk anymore as a minor. All right, good kid? All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
As parents, we take responsibility for the kids that are in our home. Right? If it's our kid or someone else's
Depending on the
kids. But
Depends on the age.
right, but we're
If a
still parents.
if my kids got 22 and they got other 22-year-olds, no, I'm not responsible for anything they do.
Right, they're adults, though. But
if I
they're
may,
adults.
yes.
And there's
We
such
got
thing
teenagers
called young
going on.
adults. You can leave young adults with candy, can't you? Can you have candy around and say
Sure.
don't eat the candy?
Sure.
Somebody gonna eat some of that candy. So yeah, you can't control what a child does.
I know, but we can be vigilant and watch our children and make sure that they try to make the right decision.
And you're
Responsible.
assuming that they didn't.
If it's our house, we want to be responsible for our
You
house.
assume they
And make
didn't do
sure-
their
I
best.
assume they didn't because our child wandered home by herself without them
Because
knowing.
your child illegally drank liquor. She wasn't drunk when she took the liquor down her throat. Your good child who's been suspended from school multiple times. This pure child that you talked about,
Right.
who's been once again suspended multiple times, drank that liquor herself. Wasn't drunk. when she grabbed that first one. So any excuse you have about why she drank the liquor fails because she drank it voluntarily. Did you force it down, or maybe you forced it down?
No, I didn't even drink because I
You
know
didn't drink?
No, I told her that we shouldn't, and she went on her TikTok live and she started making fun of me for refusing to drink with her.
Is that true, young lady?
Well, yes, we did.
Did you know that, parents? Good parents, you know that about your good girl? That she didn't even drink and that she went on live drunk?
That's her word against.
No, she's admitted. What are you talking about, her words?
On social media.
Ma'am, go. Bye. Your case is dismissed. Have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the co-defendants. The co-plaintiff's case has been dismissed. Phil Nicholson is suing Joanne Garvey in the amount of $840. Mr. Nicholson claims the defendant let him move into her basement after a fire left him homeless and says she kicked him out for no good reason.
Sir, you're suing for $840, alleging the defendant forced you out of her basement by cutting off the lights and utilities. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Give me some background, and then we'll get to why somebody got to force you out their basement, like she your grandmother. Go ahead, let's hear, sir. Give me some background on it.
In my neighborhood of Idaho, you know, we had a wildfire, and my house burned down. So,
sorry to hear that. When was that?
That was in
August 16,
Oh my
2021.
goodness! You got to look down and know when your house was fired.
2021.
Yeah.
August 16,
You have to look
2021.
down and read when your house was burnt down.
Yes.
August 16,
No
2021.
wonder he in your basement. Nobody else would take him in.
Yeah.
It actually,
When was it?
August 16, 2021 is when the house burned down.
What happened? 'Cause he's
yes,
still
he has-
traumatized
yeah, he's
and can't
very
answer
traumatized.
basic questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
I was one of the first ones to see the fire, and I ran out of my house. My dog ran behind me, and then we saw Phil on the street, and I said, hey, you could come and stay at my place in my basement until you get on your feet.
And so what was the understanding when he moved into your basement?
Absolutely.
Was he to be a tenant who pays you monthly rent? Was he to stay there a week, 2
Yes.
weeks, and then find alternative
The
housing?
understanding was, I have a copy of the contract actually.
All right. Did you walk and feed the dogs every day?
To the best of my ability, I did.
All right. Cut the grass every day.
To the best of my ability, I did.
Rake the leaves.
Yes.
Clean the house every day.
Yes.
Okay, why do you have the best of your ability on cutting the grass and walking the dogs?
Because it might not have been up to her standards.
No, you said the best you could.
Yes.
Oh, so you lived up to her standards on
No, to
cleaning
the
the
best of my-
Quiet. You lived up to her standards on cleaning the house? Because when I said clean the house, you said yes. You didn't say to the best of my ability.
Right.
Now let's go over it again.
Okay.
Did you walk and feed her dog?
Yes.
Did you cut the grass?
Yes.
So why earlier when I asked you those two things, you said to the best of my ability?
Just did.
Okay. Did she mention to you at any time that you weren't doing a good job at these things?
After a year, yes, she did.
A year?
Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
I was there about, I don't know, 12
After
months.
about a little over a year, he finally moved out. But at 10 months, he started slowing down with the chores, but he was there over a year. He was there over a year.
And so after a year, that's the first time she began complaining?
Maybe towards the last, 9 or 10 months, yes.
You said about a year, sir. Now it's 9 or 10 months.
You
were
said-
damaged by the fire? I'm sorry you lost
No,
your
I was
home,
not.
but
Yes.
did you suffer smoke inhalation?
No, I did not.
Okay, because you seem very confused today. I'm sorry. You can get mad. You can think whatever you want to think. The
I'm not
people
mad.
watching, they see what's happening.
I'm
You
not
look at-
mad.
Yeah, well, don't look strange when I ask you if you suffering from smoke inhalation because you're not prepared today at all
No,
to
I-
answer these questions. You don't even know the date it happened. The first time it was when did you tell her? Mention it to her. Oh, about a year after being that. Now we're down to 8 months. That's why I'm saying you may have had a little of that smoke go in you with Judge Mathis. When she said, you're not doing a good job, you're not meeting up to the request, that the agreement that we made, what was your response to her then?
I said I am.
Okay, and then how did the exchange end?
She got mad and basically a little while later she locked the doors and turned off the thing and told me to get out.
As a part of that very conversation?
A few weeks after that.
Sir, you're very confused today. I'm sorry about the fire that you experienced at your home, but you're unable to prove your case today. You keep talking in contradiction of yourself, and secondly, you're very unable to respond to the questions I have that are most important. So I'm going to have to dismiss your case today, unfortunately. Bye-bye.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
You're a bum, and I hope you don't take advantage of anyone else.
Well, I'm not going to name any names and stuff like that, but guess what? I'm sorry you feel that way.
Which led him to kick me out eventually, and I left some of my belongings, including one of these pearl earrings.
Let's talk about that illegal eviction. You weren't living there. Did you live with him?
No.
Okay.
I was visiting.
So he asked you to leave, or did he?
He kicked me out.
Okay, and what was the context? I mean, was it that bad? What was so bad about the argument?
It was
that
rare.
he would put you out?
It was a rare instance that it got this heated, but he was yelling at me because I was coming at him for being really cheap in our relationship, and this is a reoccurring problem that happened.
Him being frugal or cheap, as you call it, was a reoccurring problem? Is he reoccurringly broke?
No. He has his own job, he makes his own money, he has his own place.
Does he have a lot of other women? He got more women than you to support.
It seems like he does. Because that's another part of the issue that we were arguing about.
About the other women?
Yes, while we were fighting, there was text messages and phone calls.
So why were you confused? If the man never has any money and he got a bunch of women, that's why he's cheap with you. He's cheap with everybody. He doesn't have any money or any time. Playboys, if they jumping around with a bunch of women, they don't have money or time for one woman.
Your Honor.
And they're because they're broke. If you got 5 women, you like a 4-woman man. If you got 4 women and you have to take them all to dinner every week, treat them to nice things, perhaps give them a couple of dollars, that's money. On the other hand, he's got to jump around 5 times a week or 6 times a week to 4 or 5 different women. That's time. And time is money. So he has no time because he got all these women. So you should assume and understand why he has no money and why he had whatever occurred with your pearl make happen. Did you get your pearl back, or did he pawn it?
No, I didn't get my pearl back.
Oh, he has it there. He pawned it and then he went and bought it back when one of his other women gave him some money. He never asked you for money, did he? He's not a woman hustler, is he? He's just a playboy.
I mean, he asked me to pay half my bill at all of the restaurants that we go to.
He asked what?
He asked me to split the bill every time we go out to eat.
Well, that's because that you were the 4th date that week. You should start higher in the rotation. If you're the one, he pays for it all. The 2nd woman, he pays for it all. He just asks her to handle the tip. By the time he gets to the 3rd woman later in the week, he's almost broke, so he just takes you to a fast food. By the time he gets to you, you're right. He's out of it. No dinner for you. You understand what I'm saying? You want to go out on Friday nights every other week. The 1st and the 15th. All right? I'm trying to give you the game now, how to get some, how to stop having to pay for this man.
I don't want to be in the game. I don't want to be in the game.
No, you want to know the game when it's being ran on you because you're up here suing because the game has been run on you. So you do want to. If you don't want to, you need to so that you can stop coming in people's courtroom talking about he beat me up, my money, he got my baby, he got all these women, and he. Sir, you tell me what happened here.
we're not exclusive, so there's no first, second, third, fourth, but just girls who I mingle with and have different interactions with and stuff like that. She's seen these girls texting my phone, plus she been calling me cheap, so it's already been a lot of tension building, right? Tension been building. She comes to my place, she's yelling at me in my own home that I invite her into. She gets aggressive, so I ask her to leave. She's yelling at me, my dog's getting upset, he's barking and stuff like that.
Did you remind her that we're not exclusive? That I have a right to see other women, or at least just say that. I know probably it's hard to
Your
say
Honor,
out
we
your
never
mouth.
had that discussion.
We
never had that discussion.
We've had that discussion several times.
No,
Not
we
at that
haven't.
particular moment, no, but plenty of times throughout the relationship, she sees the way I move just to assure her
How many
that.
times have you caught him, ma'am, or came upon the suspicion that he was seeing other women?
There were a few times, but we had been
How long had you been together?
about 3 years.
3 years, so that's once a year, perhaps. First time, when and what happened?
Well, I can't call him cheated because we never
No,
been
her.
exclusive.
I'm asking her.
Go ahead.
Like I said in the beginning, I knew that he had a couple of girls going around. But even after we had been together for about a year,
Had he told you he wasn't seeing other ladies?
he didn't specifically tell me that, but we didn't talk about it. He didn't say that he
You
wasn't.
assumed you were all exclusive?
Yeah. He said that he, he wants to have kind of an open relationship, like not exactly.
You're
be
stuttering too
exclusive.
much, so you're not convincing me of what you're saying. But you did just say, I heard the last part, that he wanted an open relationship. What part didn't you understand?
Because he didn't act like it. He didn't act like we were in an open relationship.
How would he act if he wanted an open relationship?
Tell me specifically, like, be more truthfully open about
You
the
wanted
other
him to
girls.
tell you over and over. Once wasn't enough.
I guess so.
How many reminders do you need when a man tells you that he wants an open relationship and he never comes back and says anything different? Now, how did the $550 get involved here?
So that night that we were discussing and the argument got heated, after he kicked me out, I realized when I got home and I was unpacking that I left one of the earrings.
When you say kick me out, did he just ask you to leave? Did he put his hands on you and pushed you out?
No.
He just asked you to leave?
Yes,
All
but
right,
we were
well, let's-
yelling. He was yelling at me.
Yelling at you to leave? Okay. The first time he asked you to, you left?
I mean, after a couple times, because I wanted to work
So it
things
wasn't
out.
the first time. It was a couple of times he had to ask you to leave. All right. Not only did he not kick you out, you refused to leave. He had to ask you twice to leave his house.
The reason we were even fighting in the first
Whatever the
place.
reason is, I'm referring to this statement of he kicked me out. You keep saying that. And what that puts in my mind is a man doing something abusive to a woman. That's what it puts me in the mind of. And so I'm clearing that smoke. He didn't kick you out of anything. He asked you to leave. So it was you that was being confrontational because you refused to leave the first time you asked him. All right. So tell me about the $550 for the dog.
So when I got home and I realized that I only had one of my earrings left, I asked him, I texted him, hey, I realized I misplaced one of my earrings. Did you happen to find it? And I had no response until the next day. And he said that he found it while he was taking his dog out on a walk. Found it in his dog's poo.
In the poop?
Yeah, in the poop.
In the dog's stool? All right. And what did he say from there?
He just said, when do you want to pick it up? And I said, that's disgusting, and I'm not picking it up.
Pick up the poop?
No, pick up the earring.
Oh, I started to say, he's a cold man. He's not just a player, he's a cold-blooded player. Sir, you tell me about what happened here.
I ignore the text. It go on one ear, come out the other. I'm not listening. But it did register when I'm walking my dog and I see something shiny hanging out of his feces, right? I immediately clean it off. I, sanitize it. I reach out to her via text message, which she has right there, and I say, when do you want to pick it up?
That's not clean. There's no way that that's fully clean and there's no
How much do you
feces
think
on
it would cost to have it professionally clean?
I'm not sure.
And it's right there, ready and shiny.
How do I know that that doesn't have poop on it?
You want to check it out?
Yeah, Mir, sniff it. You've been there, sniff that. You won't be coming to my house with poop on your nose. No, thank you. I believe it. Let me look at it.
See, it's disgusting. You don't want that next
There's
to your
nothing
ear.
wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Zero wrong with it. No, you'll either take this and I'll give you a cost to have it professionally clean, or You'll just be out of a pearl. I'm not ordering him to buy you a new pearl because the one he had dropped into the dog stool. The one you had dropped into the dog stool, or the dog ate it and came out of the dog stool and he had it clean. If you don't think it's cleaned enough, then you can go and have it professionally cleaned. And so that's what I'm going to grant you, a judgment of $100. I don't believe it'll cost much more than that than to have it professionally cleaned. Please, court officer, have him present the pearl so that she can go and have it cleaned. $100 is your judgment and the pearl. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay. Daisy Knotts is suing Chantel Wallace in the amount of $425. Miss Knotts claims Miss Wallace was supposed to attend a prepaid seminar and says the defendant bailed at the last minute so no one could go in her place.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may all be seated. Judge, both parties have been sworn in.
State your name.
Daisy Knotts.
Your name.
Chantel Wallace.
All right. And you're suing the defendant for interest fees to a summit that she failed to attend.
Yes.
Where do you know the defendant from? Let's start there.
Thank you. She's a member of our organization, which is the Women's Entertainment Empowerment Group. We're the Hartville chapter, and she's been a member for 3 years.
What do you all do?
We're an entertainment group for women. We help network and help empower women in the entertainment industry. And so we also do community service, right? We help the community, and we also are service to one another. So we help each other get jobs in the entertainment industry. We support each other, and we just build a network and a community together. So that's how I know her.
All right. And tell me about meeting and her being a member of the group, and how was she a good member? Let's start there.
Well, she's a member of the group. She's been a member for 3 years, and she's never volunteered. So we were really excited that at this time she volunteered to go to our summit.
Let me stop you there first. And how many years she been there?
3 years.
3 years, never volunteered? I don't believe that. You tell me.
It's because I have a very busy career. I
For
tried
3
to
years
make
you
time.
haven't been able to volunteer?
No, I'm still working my way into my new career. So
for 3 years?
For 3 years,
Oh,
yes.
You need to get another
I'm working
career.
in television.
You need to get another career then. If you're still working your way into it after 3 years, you can't take a day off to volunteer on a Saturday or a Sunday for 3 to 6 hours.
Well, that's why I volunteered for the summit when she reached out that same day.
We're not talking about that. I'm talking about that 3-year absentee membership that you had, where you had no value to the organization or to the community that you claim to have been serving. You did not serve them. You left them hanging. And now you're saying it's because I was trying to build my career. Nobody else is building their career?
Everybody was, and we actually helped her build her career. Her previous job, we gave her the reference for the job. She got this job that she has now through our organization because someone told her about the job. So it was like she was taking.
Didn't play it forward.
She never give anything back.
Didn't
then when
pay
she
it
finally
forward.
did, she canceled at the last second.
I feel like me paying my dues is paying it forward. It ain't cheap
all
to
right.
be in that
You're confused
organization.
about volunteerism, that's all. You think if you pay your dues, you volunteer. All right, so what the lawsuit? Why are you suing her?
Well,
about fees, it appears.
It's $425 that the organization paid for her to go to the summit.
She had agreed to do it?
She agreed to go to the summit. We sent it out in March. And ask for volunteers, and then in the email, I have the email here where I strongly suggested that people that had not played any role or had not volunteered should try to volunteer. She responded immediately and said that she could come. And then I didn't hear anything back from her until May 23rd, which was 2 weeks before the summit, saying that she got a new job and that she's not going to be able to go.
And when was the summit once again?
The summit is June, from June 9th to June 12th, and she notified me on May 23rd. That was 2 weeks before. I tried to find...
When did she get the job? Had she informed you all?
She didn't inform us about the job. She didn't inform us that she got the job. She didn't inform us that she was interviewing for the job. If she would have at least informed us that she was interviewing for a job and she might have a job and she might not be able to go, we would have been able to prepare. She didn't. She waited until after she got the job. She told me that she got the job, and at 3 weeks she knew she had the job, and then she didn't send me an email until 2 weeks. When I reached out to our organization and tried to find another volunteer.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, so I tried to mitigate the damages, trying to find somebody else to go. Unfortunately, in that short time frame, the airlines had tripled, the tickets had tripled, there were no hotels in the area, and so it's just last minute, and we just could not find. We tried to find someone else to take her place. And in the past, other people, if we end up in a situation like that, I've been in this organization over 10 years, people were responsible for trying to find someone else to take their place.
Are you an officer of the organization?
Yes, I'm the president.
What's your defense, ma'am?
Well, considering the organization doesn't pay me for my bills, I figured
Not
my
only
job.
does she not want to volunteer, she wants to be paid.
I volunteered.
You need to go do
I don't
something
wanna
else,
get
ma'am.
paid.
Talking about the organization doesn't pay me. You need to
I
go to
volunteered.
another club. Quit them. They're honorable. They're trying to help. And you out here talking about, well, you ain't paying me. And yeah, I ain't had time to volunteer in no 3 years. I'm on the come up. Go do something else. They don't want you, if that's your attitude.
Well, she quit.
Good.
She hasn't been coming.
And keep her out.
She hasn't been coming because we asked for our money back. I figured that if she was a part of this community.
Let's get to that, man. Why don't you think you should have to give them their money back if you gave them last minute notice and put them in a bind?
I don't feel like I gave them last minute notice. I let them know when I first volunteered, I had a different job.
You didn't volunteer, you said. You ain't had time for 3 years.
I sent her an email, let her know.
That's
she
the
said she wanted to
volunteer
volunteer. I
email.
volunteered, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and do that. And I responded that same day because I haven't done anything the last 3 years, and I had the opportunity to benefit with my organization. So I started a new job in between that time. I started a new job 3 weeks before the event on June 8th.
But you didn't let me.
You're going to make me do the math. Huh? You're going to make me do the math. Huh?
No.
You don't know the week you were started?
3 months. 3 months before I let her know
I don't
that
know
I
what
can do
that
it.
is. Give me the week of June, the week of May, the week of
May 20th.
The week of May 20th was the week that I informed her that I wasn't going to be able to go to the summit because of my job. I asked my job if I could.
When did you get your job?
I got my job May 15th, May 10th.
All right, and so as of May 10th, didn't your job tell you what your responsibilities was going to be and that you needed training sessions or whatever it is you could not leave to do? Didn't they tell you on May 10th that that would be part of your job?
Yes, but I also wanted to stick to my word and attend the summit. I wanted to go to the summit because she wanted me to keep my word and she wanted me to do that. So I was like, okay, well, let me try to make this work. Because if I told my job that I can't go during that interview, if I told them that I couldn't do, that I had a summit to go to, they would have hired someone else. And so I couldn't miss the opportunity not to get this job just to go to this summit.
So why
and
didn't you tell them when you got the job?
Exactly.
Why didn't you tell
because
the
I was
group?
trying to make it work.
Exactly.
I was trying to make it work because I really wanted to go.
How long did it take you to make it work? I forgot it take you a long time to do things, like 3 years. But how long did you try to make it work?
For that whole month, that whole week. Like
you just kept asking the boss over. Be quiet. You kept asking the boss over and over. Why are you looking over there rolling your eyes? I'm gonna throw you out real quick. And you won't have to worry about being a member of the club or a member of Judge Mathis' courtroom. Since you don't like to be members anyway, I'm gonna show you how not to be a member here. Roll your eyes one more time and disrespect this court. Now, once again, why didn't you tell your bosses or them that you had gotten a job on May 10th and that you're trying to work it out?
Well, I called her and I asked her to give me a call back so that I can inform her that I got a new job and that I wouldn't be able to attend the summit. And she never got back to me.
When did you call
and so
her?
I emailed
When did you
her.
call her?
I called her on May 20th.
She didn't leave a message.
Once again, why didn't you tell them on May 10th when you got hired?
I don't know. I was trying to make it work.
You don't know?
Because I really was hoping that my job would let me go to the summit. I was really hoping that the HR would figure.
Had you asked them on May 10th, they would have told you yes or no. and you would have then had time to inform them and them to get a replacement. But because you on May 10th decided you're not going to tell them, you're going to leave them in a lurch and let them know 2 weeks before time. Why? Because I don't really care about that club. I ain't done no volunteering in 3 years, and I'm really just trying to come up and hoping they keep giving me jobs like they are, because this is a sister group designed to help other sisters, so I'm going to play off of that. I'm going to get the help, but I ain't doing no volunteering. And then they ask me why I ain't volunteering, because I work all the time. Don't you know I work all the time? I'm trying to build my career. 3 years, you never had a day off to help a little kid, to help a child, to help a woman? Nothing? No. Had to work. So you should have told your work on May 10th that you had an obligation. And if they said no, you should have told them that you cannot meet there. You did not tell them on May 10th. You did not tell them in a timely manner. That is why I'm granting a judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day. She failed to tell you all in a timely manner, and it cost you all money. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $425, suing Mario Sanchez in the amount of $200. Ms. Hunt claims the defendant assembled a table for her that she purchased at his garage sale and says it fell apart a week later.
State your name.
Alexa Hunt.
Sir?
Mario Sanchez.
All right, and Ms. Hunt, you're suing Mr. Sanchez for $400, alleging he owes this money for causing damage to your table.
I saw a garage sale advertisement from him on Facebook.
Okay.
And I purchased a table at that garage sale, and it broke a week later after purchase.
It was used?
It was used.
Tell me the discussion when she purchased the table.
No returns, no refunds, but her car was a little too small. So after the garage sale, I did offer to take it apart. I, put all of the parts in the bag and taped it together, and I took to her new office, and I did assemble it there.
It's when he brought it over to assemble it? It's when the damage occurred?
Not quite, Your Honor. So he assembled the table immediately following the garage sale at my office. We did check for any defective parts. We tested it, the weight limit, everything seemed to be fine. It wasn't until a week later that the table collapsed completely on the right side and everything fell off. I did have a friend of mine who is actually a handyman and actually does have a career in that field, and he came and checked some of the bolts and said that there was actually some errors in the assembly that took place at my office.
You have a witness statement from him, or how will I know that's the case?
I do have a photo of him actually looking at the table. I do not have the witness statement. But
Amir, can you have me that, please?
Of course. Thank you. It shows the table. There's a picture of the table beforehand, and then after, when my handyman friend is looking at it, as well as the
There's somebody's leg under there.
Your Honor, I apologize for my photography skills for not capturing the entirety of the incident. I was simply trying to capture the damage that had occurred on the table.
A week after.
Ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's nothing you can tell me anymore about this leg, this prosthetic leg you brought from the store and stuck up under there. Next time, get the whole body.
Point taken, Your Honor.
The issue is whether you assembled it negligently and caused damage and caused it to damage as a result of failure to assemble it correctly.
Your Honor, the assembly wasn't part of the deal. It was just a sale, and I offered this as a kind gesture, just to be nice to another person.
And let me tell you, the law on this is a little complicated, because the law on negligence is, because this is what we're discussing, him breaching a duty of care. He was to assemble your table correctly. He had a duty to do it correctly. And if he didn't, he's negligent and must pay. However, when someone is they do something incorrectly as they are giving someone a favor, so it was to your benefit, him helping you. So In that case, the law requires extraordinary negligence, not just regular negligence. He was doing it for your benefit, so you have to prove that it was extraordinary negligence, not just he didn't put a couple of boats in. It's something that is you were a good Samaritan trying to help.
Yes, sir.
However, if that doctor had cut the leg when the person was saying, my fingers are hurting and I can't drive, and you cut the leg, that's extraordinary negligence. So in this case, yes, it was a favor, but your act of negligence was extraordinary for the entire table to collapse. So I'm going to grant her $200. Have a good day, and watch this young man when you get off work. He's a very attractive young man, they say. He looks like me, and I know my wife used to tell me I was attractive. Now she tells him he is. I don't know what that means. Maybe the younger Greg she liked, and now she likes the younger Amir. His looks better. All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Your
Claim
Honor.
dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $200.
You two have any final words?
I'm satisfied with the
Damian Johnson is suing Jabari Wright in the amount of $600. Mr. Johnson claims he did his cousin a favor after Mr. Wright told him he was too busy to buy a suit for a family wedding, and says his cousin never paid him back.
State your name.
Damian Johnson.
Sir?
Jabari Wright.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $600, saying he purchased you a suit and he broke his promise to pay you back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you. Give me some background.
Well, basically, Jabari called me, basically wanted to, because we had our favorite uncle having a wedding soon, so can I do this all over?
What? Are you high?
No, no sir.
Okay, you coming across as you are. Go ahead. You say you want to do something over.
Our favorite uncle was having a wedding in about 2 days. Jabari called me to see if I could get a little last-minute suit finding for him. So he called me. I was at work. He's busy, so I told him that I can fluctuate my time to handle that situation for him. So during my lunch break, I went to Neiman Marcus. I FaceTimed him. We went through sizes, we went through colors, and we picked one that was great. It was $600. We came to an agreement that I would get it for him.
You're looking down. You don't remember it was $600? Oh, you had to look down and say it was $600?
No, Your Honor.
Let me hear from you. I don't know whether to believe him at all so far. Let me hear your side. That he seemed like he too low energy to talk. He keep forgetting what he's saying. That's why I asked him, is he high off Percocet? You don't do Percocet, do you?
No, sir.
Does he do Percs?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah. Xanax. Never heard that? Never heard of Xanax?
I don't take part of it, sir.
Have you? I didn't ask you. I don't either, but I heard of it. Oh, Lord. I got two geniuses. Go ahead, sir. You give me your side real quick.
So, sir, I live in Inglewood, California, and I work 6 days out of the week. So I have no time. I barely have time for myself, and even me, while I'm working, I barely have financial to cover my own basic needs. So that's why I reached out to my favorite cousin, and I've known my cousin ever since we were kids. We FaceTimed. I told him the suit what I wanted. He bought the suit, and then I linked up with my cousin later on that night to pick up that suit. But what my cousin seems to be forgetting is that in order for me to pay him back, I need the receipt to look at the exact amount that I owe him.
When you asked him for it, what did he say?
He kept on telling me numerous times, don't worry about it, and kept on ignoring me even before, during, and after the wedding.
About the receipt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you think I'm calling your name for? When you're in court and this judge says, sir, after someone else has just finished speaking, he's addressing you and expects you to say something and understand why he's calling your name. Give him the receipt?
No.
Why?
Your Honor, because I felt like it was weird that I went out my way to get him the suit. I should have full custody of the receipt.
Yes, sir. Sir,
full custody of the receipt. He wants evidence that you paid for it. Do you have any evidence at all today?
Yes, Your Honor. Right here. Here's the receipt from me and Marcus.
And that's what he was asking for, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why you wasted my time. As you have wasted my time today. You had that receipt all along. All you had to do was give it to him. Instead, you want to come here and be on TV and let everybody know you're a dope fiend or that you act like a dope fiend. Use a little more common sense that instead of coming to court, just give him the receipt. And then you would have given him his money, no doubt.
Yes, sir, no doubt about it.
And if he didn't give you your money after the receipt, then you come and see me. But today you've wasted my time, and I'll grant your judgment, but because I want you to go ahead and get whatever you came for. TV, smile, say hi, say hee hee, hi mama. That's what you're here for, the cameras. Say hi mama.
Hi, Mama.
There you go. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $600.
I don't know why we even came here. I'm glad we settled it out. I'm sorry we had to go through this, cousin, but I'm glad we came to a decision.
I'll know for sure next time.
Use the same design for another event on the same night.
State your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Austin Adams.
Sir?
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Brian King.
All right. And Mr. Adams, you're suing the defendant for $500 because he caused you to lose business?
Yes, sir.
All right. Start with you.
So, thank you for having me here. I'd like to start by saying this gentleman, Brian, we've known each other for probably about 13 years.
You been in jail before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know how to talk to a judge. You didn't get much time, did you? You had to, you learned how to talk to the judge after you talked bad and got time.
Well, I think it was my mom that was my original judge, so I don't think you had to go to criminal court.
No, my point is you act very composed and you act very respectful and you have the exact posture that people who should have when they come to court.
Yes, sir.
And so I appreciate that. So I'm being funny. That's a backhanded compliment.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
So where do you all know each other from?
So we're both out of Texas, and I used to be a counselor at the summer camp that he was a counselee at, and we've known each other for probably now about 13 years from that.
Yeah. Okay, and how have your relationship been over the years?
We've always been correspondents through email to make sure that we stayed in touch with each other, just to, give updates on our where we are in life.
And how did you all come together this time?
Now that he's finished high school, he let each other know our plans, and he let me know that he wanted to pursue his freelance more than he was doing it before he goes to college to help himself.
Freelance what?
Freelance graphic design, and he wants to, get bigger in that because that's always been a passion for him. Even back then when we were in camp, he was not so good at sports, but he was also really good at graphic design. He was excelled very highly in that. That's something that I had a passion to know that he was going to be really good at in the future. So now that I'm working at a school and I have an after-school program, I needed his work to help me complete a job that I was trying to do for my students who they've been having bad results with their fashion and scores for their teachers. So I told him, hey, what would you guys like to do to, bring you guys up to speed so that you guys could be happy and get better scores with your fashion? And they was like, well, maybe we could throw a fashion show so we'd have a better chance at knowing what the teachers want. So I said, hey, let's do it. So I reached out to him to help me create a flyer for this fashion show, and everything was perfect. He did a great job.
And let me allow him to give some backstory before we get to the specifics. But once again, I really like you and what you represent, because this young man's life is, and all he does with his life, his professional life, is counsel with young, troubled youth. Now, what more honorable thing can you do? And you see his presentation today. And you see how he talks not just about the program overall, but the interest he's taking just one of the students, let alone all the others. He's helping him with his career. He came to him, said he wanted this career, and you helped him. I'm proud of you for knowing what you wanted to do. And let's get to that. Tell me your background and how you got to where you wanted to have a website business.
Well, Your Honor, I just want to start off by saying that, I've always looked up to Austin as a role model ever since I was a kid. He's always supported my dream of wanting to pursue a career with graphic design. I was always thankful to him for that. And, he came to me with this job, and, I was happy to jump on it for him because, why wouldn't I, for someone that's been there for me for years. And, I basically He gave me all the information that he wanted to provide for the poster that he wanted me to create.
That's what we hear about, a poster he asked you to design. So I'm going to let him pick it up from here. Tell me about the discussion and the agreement.
So originally I corresponded through email. Then we changed from email to text message so that we could be a little bit more exact on time. And I let him know what I needed, and told him that I wanted a unique flyer for my fashion show for my teenagers. And I gave him the specs of what I needed, and he came through for that, to my understanding, until I found out that there was another fashion show that was going on at the same time, which threw a wrench in mine, because what happened is I received text messages from some of my parents that let me, and then I received a really, really bad text message from one of my parents who told me she has a set of twins, and she let me know that she's here at the event and there's a set of twins here that she's not looking to see. So I had a very long
What does that mean? They had some negative relationship stuff going on, and the confrontational stuff?
My fashion show was for everybody. This fashion show was for lingerie goers.
Got it.
So there was 2 D's there that I think she saw.
2 flyers that looked the exact way. That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And so that led some of the parents to the wrong place, where there was adult, if you will, content in terms of a fashion show. The one you all had, and that you paid him flyer, was separate from the one that was used to send your clients to the wrong place.
Yes, sir.
So he had 2 flyers, and they looked identical, or almost identical?
I'm not sure his opinion, I'm not sure Brian's opinion, but in my opinion, I think that it's pretty much the same. And the opinion of the people
who went to the wrong place also?
Yes, sir.
How many people did go to the wrong place, do you know?
7 parents.
Out of how many parents?
Out of, I believe, about 13.
Okay, wow. Over half of the people went to the wrong place. And you're suggesting that it's because of the flyer that he created. And are you further suggesting that he used their design for your flyer so that he didn't have to go and create something on his own? I borrowed it, if you will. You tell me what happened. Do you admit that the flyers resembled each other? Because that's what he's saying. He's saying we had 2 flyers, and one flyer sent people the other way, the other one, and your flyer, the one you made, sent people that way and the other way because there was somebody with that same flyer with another event on that same day. So he's pretty much saying, from what I'm hearing, he's alleging you copied that flyer.
Well, Your Honor, I actually created both of the flyers. There was another client that came to me shortly after Austin did, and she asked me to help her with the fashion night that she was creating, which was also just so happened to be on the same day. And Your Honor, if you would have seen her, I believe you would have said yes too. But I mean, I feel that with both flyers that I created, there was no similarity in either. The color schemes were completely different from each other. They also have
Anybody have a copy of the flyer? Let me see it, please, Andrew.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Continue. The what? The color schemes, all that. What else you want me to know?
The colors were different. One of them clearly says that it's a fashion show, and the other says that it's a fashion night. And they also have different times and different addresses. Now, with the different addresses, I honestly can't get how they could get those confused if one clearly says that one is for teenagers and the other has like a wink face.
Oh, you gave this was one flyer?
No, that's 2 separate flyers.
2 separate flyers.
But this is how it was distributed?
From my understanding,
no,
it's cut in half, and one was posted here and one was posted there. But from my understanding, my parent explained to me that she saw it in the same restaurant that she usually frequents every day.
Got it. So it was sitting in the restaurant as a flyer.
Yes, sir.
And then you had one that was distributed otherwise.
Yes, sir.
All right, but online or somewhere or another. Got it. So we don't know who set them at the restaurant, who set them on the digital. However, sir, the most important thing, and this is horrible what you did, the most important thing about creative design is just that, the creativity. you used the exact same creativity on his flyer as you did for the others. The exact same thing. All you did is have a different color there. The exact same thing, sir. The font, the exact same thing. The font. Doesn't mean because the letters or because the words are different. The font is the exact, and it's placed in the exact same location right in the middle. The design is exactly the same. You should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't have come on here and let nobody see you do business like that. He had just made a mistake this time, y'all. Please give him some business. You know he's trying to do the right thing. He got a nice mentor. Don't do him like that. Y'all keep doing business with him. He just made a mistake this time, right?
Yeah,
you better admit to that mistake. Go ahead.
But there was no clear communication that went on between me and Austin.
That's not the issue. The issue is whether you use the same design for another party as you did for his, which caused confusion, caused him to lose clients, and therefore you owe him. And indeed, you're going to give him the $500 he's suing you for. I was trying to recommend you, but and chalk this up to a mistake for folks so that they can keep doing business with you, but you want to interrupt me and keep lying. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $500. Kevin Donovan is suing Brian Norris in the amount of $2,700. Mr. Donovan claims water from his neighbor's leaky fountain damaged his property and says he had to pay for the repairs when Mr. Norris dragged his feet.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated. Both litigants have been sworn in.
All right. State your name, sir.
Your Honor, my name is Kevin Donovan.
Sir?
I'm Brian Norris.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $2,700 for damages caused to your backyard regarding repairs to the fountain?
That is correct, sir.
Start with you. Give me some background on your friendship or lack thereof of your neighbor.
All right, well, so we've been adjoining neighbors for about 5 years now since Brian moved in. I've lived there about 10 years longer than that. And we have a shared fence in the backyard. And he put in a new fountain, which is great, right? I'm happy to have a new fountain in the yard, makes nice water sounds at night. But when he put it in, it started to leak. That leak created a pond basically in my backyard, which damaged both the fence that we share and my patio. So I told him this had happened. To his credit, he said he was going to
How'd you all get along prior to this, though? That's what I want to know.
Pretty okay. I mean, we used to get together and watch the Trailblazers and, hang out. And I would like to get along again.
Is all this true? You give me some background. It sounds like he's just jealous of your house.
He's very jealous of my house. I
can tell. I can read it. I can read people.
Yeah, Your Honor, you could see it as well. So you'd come over, like, when we were watching the Trailblazers, and you make little comments and stuff like that. But there was a lot of, like, shady stuff that he was doing. And I wanted this...
Talk to me.
What happened was we had this fence that was here.
Let me see it, please, Amir.
So that was the old fence, and it was in really nice condition. And when I mentioned the shady part...
Let's talk about you and his relationship and him being jealous of you. I like to get messy.
Yeah, I don't know where this jealousy thing is coming from.
Whose house is the nicest?
I mean, I feel like my house is a lot nicer, and that's why he wanted to upgrade.
A lot nicer, not just nicer.
Yes.
Not just somewhat nicer. A lot nicer than yours.
Your Honor, preferences
What
may
you living
vary.
in, the shack?
I should hope not.
Why is
Your
the man
Honor, if you want to
saying
come on
this?
over, we could talk about it on the patio.
No, I want to know now.
It is a perfectly acceptable house, otherwise I wouldn't live in it.
Is
Your
his
Honor.
a lot nicer than yours?
I would say it is nicer. I wouldn't say the fountain's particularly nice, given that it's leaking into my backyard, but other than that...
Good point. All this is nicer. Is yours leaking anywhere?
I don't have a fountain,
I'd
Your
rather
Honor.
have a house that doesn't leak than a great house that leaks. I'm with you.
I had an accidental koi pond that I didn't pay for and didn't want, which is why I am suing
Because of the fountain,
the
that's
defendant
right.
now. And look, this is all that happened. I had to replace the fence because the water damage was going to cause it to rot. I don't want to get termites.
When you complained to him, what did he say?
He said he would take care of it. And because we're friends, I didn't think anything more of it. And a couple weeks went by, and water continued to intrude under the fence. And I don't want to put words in his mouth. He has talked about how he's going to take all sorts of steps to do it. And he got the runaround from the company, and that's fine, right? But the point is, in the meantime, I'm slowly growing the perfect mosquito pool in the backyard, and I can't have that.
That's all I've been thinking of since you've talked about this. I was about to start itching because
you know how
we had to have a lot of mosquitoes.
Well, and you guys, I mean, we already have it wet, so you can imagine any additional rain once you've already saturated the ground, it started to tilt the ground. So my concrete pad broke. So I replaced it with tile that are individually laid, so that way the next time they're settling.
Why did you start replacing it? He said he would.
Your Honor, as we said, right, you were saying earlier about my shack. How long would you wait?
Well, tell me how long you had to wait before you began.
I waited a few weeks.
Okay. And had they began at all?
No.
So for 3 weeks straight, they never began any of the repairs?
For several weeks, nothing had been repaired.
What did he agree to do?
What he said, and right, I'm just saying, I'll take care of it. He did not get into specifics at that time.
And what did you assume that meant?
Well, that first, obviously, he would stop the leaking from the fountain. I think that's the most obvious one.
Did that stop? How soon did that stop?
It did not stop for several weeks.
Okay, there you go.
And so in the interim, I decided to take steps, right?
Because it was damaging your property by that time.
And to replace it with things that would be, that even as it wasn't damaged,
were you telling him these things? Were you telling him you were making these repairs to your property? So you took it upon yourself to do these things, and without him giving him the opportunity to know that you were doing it so that he could say, stop, I'll do it. Instead, you just went and did it on your own. We know he had an obligation to make the repair regarding the fountain, and you say it took him several weeks to get started on that. Understandable. That's too long, and you have some damages as a result. However, anything beyond repairing the fountain, and you expect it, you are to ask. He take care of it. Okay, gonna take care of it. At some point during those several weeks, it should dawn on you, what did he mean by take care of it? Is he gonna reimburse me for taking care of these repairs of the damage to my property that was caused by his fountain? You needed clarity on that before you go spending more money.
I could see how I should have communicated with him, but again, I thought we had an understanding from living together. I told him about how this water would damage our fence, which we share, and also damage my backyard patio, which we sit on together. So I reasonably inferred from that when I said take care of it, that we didn't just mean we would get the fountain to stop, but I would have to continue to have a swamp in the backyard.
You caused the water problem.
Excuse me?
Yes. I mean, first of all, we live in Portland and it rains. As the great Milli Vanilli said, blame it on the rain. So there was a lot of rain that was pouring down.
Milli Vanilli, wasn't that the fake ones?
Yes.
The fake singers?
Exactly. That's like your story is fake.
Thank you.
Right, just like your fake story. And first of all, this guy's very shady. He would have all these crazy parties till 3 in the morning. I think when his wife was out of town, we saw this woman slinking out, holding her heels or something. And
you're out of money. He brought the woman to his house.
And it did the shack. And he's out, I think he's out of money.
He won't even give you the dignity of calling it a house. I call it a house. He say shack. He correct me. So you had women coming in and out of your home when your wife left?
I don't know where this is coming from, Your Honor. I have had gatherings. He has been at these gatherings. There's no 3 in the morning with the women slinking out with the heels unless he's talking about his sister-in-law. I don't know.
You getting his sister-in-law?
That's uncalled
She's a
for.
very... Oh, please.
Hold on.
She's a very...
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Well, you won't be after your wife sees this. You talking about you been with the man's sister-in-law.
I didn't say I was with her.
You
I
just said you were with the man's sister. And wait, you ain't seen no woman coming out in our house with slingers that unless he's talking about his sister-in-law.
Yes, I'm saying his sister-in-law is the one who was a little bit too tipsy after the playoffs.
You need to move away from that conversation about you and what you were doing with his sister-in-law while your wife was out of town.
My wife
not
wasn't
good optics. This isn't something you want to keep talking about. I promise you.
That's disrespectful.
Because I'm going to cut through it, sir. If you're lying, by the end of this case, your wife is going to leave you.
Your Honor,
because I will have been able to cut through all of the game that you're about to give me. I'm trained to do this. That's what lawyers are trained to do. Cross-examine until they catch the lie.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I just do not see what parties, which the defendant has been to at my house, are germane to his fountain leaking underneath our shared fence and damaging my patio and our fence. I do not see how that is in any way, shape, form, or manner.
Well, let me tell you, I'm the lawyer, I'm the judge. I'll tell you how it does, shape and form. Because some of that damage you're referring to could come from your parties with his sister-in-law. That's how, Jermaine. That's how. Okay, counselor? So, it very well could be some of that damage he had repaired was from some of these gatherings, huh?
Absolutely. And
all right.
And if look at this invoice from
Let's
this
take a look at me, please.
Backyard Living is one of his friends.
I love it when they try to play lawyer with me.
No,
our friends.
Your
He
friend.
knows
when they
that.
quote the law
I
to
don't
me.
know him that well. That's
He
your
knows
best
you
friend.
have. Oh, I'm sorry. You come over to a guy's house and
Tile.
you just
What's
case
the
over them.
tile?
You don't know.
Marble slabs. He want marble.
And he made this fence. It doesn't even look good at all. Look at this tall white fence. That's a rustic. Oh, here's the.
Do you have
tile as
pictures,
well.
sir, of the marble damage?
Yeah.
Of the damage? Your
Yes,
Honor?
to the marble.
I don't, Your Honor.
Okay, because I don't see the connection. Remember, I don't understand what the connection is to the marble from the fountain in your house. And so unless you got proof, unless you got evidence. You have any evidence? He got his. He has all the pictures. He has the invoice. What you got?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What
I
do you
just have the
have?
invoice.
You have nothing? You're
Yes,
coming
sir.
here with zero evidence?
Unfortunately,
Talking big
yes.
and then talking law to me? Quoting the law? And have zero evidence? You forgot that part of lawyering?
Apparently
People
so,
want a
Your Honor.
lawyer, they need to go to law school before they start quoting the law as irrelevant and no evidence has attached to whether his fountain has anything to do with my party, sir. That's relevant to the case and such and such and such. No, it's very relevant and it has caused you to lose your case. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed. You have zero evidence by your own admission. He has a file full of evidence that has successfully defended him from your lawsuit. Bye-bye, counselor.
All rise.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed. Karen Larson is suing Ethan Montgomery in the amount of $950. Miss Larson claims her neighbor ruined her fence and says Mr. Montgomery was inebriated when he tried to put out an electrical fire on his own.
All right, and Miss Larson, you're suing the defendant for $950, alleging he has ruined your fence during an electrical fire.
It's no secret that we don't have the best neighborly relationship. A couple of times since he's moved in, I've had issues and complaints of him making a lot of noise.
How long ago did he move in?
About 8 months ago.
Okay. Damn, you're a bad man. You go through your walls all the way to somebody else's house at night, huh? The whole block lit up.
Your Honor, she
Everybody
complains
know
about
your
everything.
name. Your neighbors know your name.
All the rest of the neighbors are great.
They know your woman's name.
I don't have one right now. Divorced.
So you're making all them noises over there by yourself.
Talking about screwdrivers and saws and maybe some music and a few beers.
Okay, when you say making noise at night, ma'am, you gave me a different impression. Be a little more specific.
Not yet, Your
All
Honor.
right. Just giving him an example of what happens sometimes. So what did he do so bad the first month he moved in?
Oh, a combination, either music playing really loud. Some of these noises have happened all the way at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So at times where normal people are trying to get to bed and be ready for school the next day or work. But that's also not the only issue. There was one day where I was enjoying some time with my family in the backyard and I smelled marijuana, and I looked over and he was smoking marijuana, just very close range of my children. And I asked him to stop and he just straight out refused. He didn't want to entertain the idea at all.
Your
Now,
Honor,
there have
I
also
had
been-
no idea her kids were there. It's my property. I like to have a little smoke now and then, have a few beers.
Other than the music.
Now,
And smoking pot. Yeah, that's a big one.
I would like to say he also has not been held responsible for his garbage. There's been a couple of occasions where we found beer cans. In fact, I did not find them, but my kids found them crushed and scattered across his lawn and ours.
Man, she's calling you, sir, she's calling you a nasty dope fiend, doesn't keep his house up, who drinks all the time. A nasty dope fiend alcoholic.
Sir, I got divorced and I sold the house I lived in.
But that didn't turn you into an alky for sure. You're
Well,
divorced, how much she take from you?
Oh, half.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a
More
whole
than that.
bag. I'll give you a whole bag of weed. You lost half? All right. And what are you suing him about this fence? Tell me about the damages to the fence.
So I first learned about the damage to the fence when I came home. I was picking up my kids from basketball practice, and I came home and there was a fire truck outside of our home, and I found out that an electrical wire had fallen over due to the wind that day and had started fire to one of the bushes. He grabbed an extinguisher and broke through my fence in a rather excessive way and put out the fire. And I did thank him for putting out the fire. I want to be clear. However, he came up to me that night and I could smell beer on his breath. So I feel that he made poor judgment, and he didn't have to break my fence. Your Honor, I do want to say that it's also a very short fence. My kids can easily jump over that fence with little issue, and he could see the gate. We've had multiple conversations over that gate, and so I know he knew it existed.
Or he could just not go over to your yard and let them burn your house down. That might have been in Mathis court with Judge Mathis.
And he could have called 911 first, too.
Oh, and let it burn while you wait 45 minutes on 911.
I am not responsible for this. I put out a fire. All I saw was the fire. I had the extinguisher. It was electrical fire. I knew you didn't want to use water. I had the extinguisher. I went straight to the fire. Now, there was a fence there in the way. You know, I'm new to the neighborhood. I wasn't thinking about where the gate was. I was looking at the fire. I came out there. It was windy. You know, it was bigger than it was when I saw it. The first time I came back out, it was getting big. It could have gotten bad, so I went out there and I put the fire out.
The fire started as a result of the energy company's wire falling down.
Yeah, there was an electrical cable that popped. It fell down onto a
which
bush.
is to be maintained by whom?
God? I don't know.
The electric company,
Electric company, okay.
Yeah, I see what happened. Yeah, with that answer, thinking God should maintain the electrical wiring. Yeah, that's what you want to tell me? You drunk and been snorting cocaine. That's what I had to give you for you to come in here telling me something like that when I asked you a question. God, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $950.
See you in Northbrook.
Take that $950 and build a block wall between us.
Holly Saint is suing Annabelle Lane in the amount of $350. Miss Saint claims the date of her cousin's going-away party changed and says Miss Lane refuses to pay for the flowers since the blooms she wanted were out of season.
State your name.
Holly Saint.
Ma'am?
Annabelle Lane.
All right, and Holly, you are suing the defendant, or Miss Lane, for $350, alleging she owes you this money because she didn't complete a contract regarding the delivery of flowers, correct?
This is correct.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. So my cousin here, her and I, we haven't always been that close, but she moved to LA about 2 years ago, and our moms are sisters, and they suggested that we work together for her going away party. 9 months after she came, she goes back home, so she wanted a going away party. Her big
Why
thing,
did she go back home after 9 months of being in LA?
commitment issues, I guess.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Why?
That was for work. I had work commitments, and it would only last 9 months, and then the contract got extended.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe you were like me. I tried to go home 9 months after moving here with my family, but they weren't going for it. What type of job was it? I'm just curious. Tell us about where were you moving again?
Back to Texas. So I'm originally from Texas. I moved out to Los Angeles because I'm an event planner, booked my dream gig here, and I've been here for about 2 years.
And what did she do to cause you to sue her regarding her flower services?
So I'm suing her because I gave her what she asked for, the 20 arrangements as we agreed upon, and on her side, I didn't meet her expectations, but I gave her the best of my ability, the flowers that were available.
Oh, so you're admitting that you didn't meet your expectations?
The thing is, the flowers were out of season, and the party got pushed back twice. So I was unable to deliver the flowers she wanted without giving a drastic increase in price.
What did she want? Describe what she asked for.
She wanted blue bonnets to signify how blue she would be to all her friends when she went back to Texas. And
that she would be sad. Is that what you mean by be
yes.
blue? She would be the party. I want blue flowers to show my friends in LA that I'm going to be sad when I leave them? Is that?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor, there's more of a metaphor to all of this.
Go ahead.
I specifically wanted blue bonnets, which are the Texas state flower, of course.
There you go.
And then they also would signify, you know, how sad I was to leave LA.
Pardon? They would also how sad you
How
were
sad I would
to
be,
leave
yes.
LA. Now you're lying there. You know you're trying to
It's the weather.
You know you're trying to get out of that $3,000 rent you was paying for that 500 square foot apartment. That's the prices out here for folks that are watching. Now you want your Hollywood dream. Come on out here if you want to, as long as you got big money in your pocket. All right. And what do you say of the flowers that she delivered?
I specifically asked for blue bonnets, not only blue bonnets, but an overall blue theme.
But she
And
said you changed things. I'll let you tell me, though.
So I didn't change what type of flower or, you know, the theme of the flowers that I wanted. I just pushed back the date because the date of my work kept getting extended and extended, so I would push back my going away party until when I'd actually be going away. Unfortunately, that would just mean that the
You
blue
said
bo-
I would push back as if it happened more than once.
It did. It happened twice.
15 months later, Your Honor, the party was planned.
Let me hear from her, because it does sound a little unreasonable that you changed twice. And, well, the question becomes, did you let her know you could not bring what she expected, the blue flowers? And what did you bring, by the way?
Right, so
I'm asking, what did you bring?
I brought flowers, as you can see in the evidence, that are blue.
Let me have your evidence. No, I don't have any evidence to see. Thank you.
And I got as close as I could to the blue bonnets, something very similar, but they weren't exactly the blue bonnets, as there's not actually a complete blue flower. As you can see here in the photo, the flowers I chose were as close to blue as I could provide without having to go above and beyond with the price, and she wasn't willing to pay more, as you
Let
see
me
in the
just
text
ask you your
message.
interpretation of these colors, ma'am. What color is that?
You're asking me, Your Honor?
Yes.
Blue.
Now, what color is the other one?
Purple.
Okay. And you were expected to bring all blue.
She just wanted blue bonnets incorporated into the floral arrangement.
Is that correct?
I wanted blue bonnets and an overall blue theme. And she also stated...
So she brought the blue, she brought flowers with blue bonnets. That's correct or not?
No, not correct.
Okay, I don't know anything about flowers. Are those bonnets, is that what you're referring to as the blue bonnet?
They are not blue bonnets,
What
but
is
they're
the bonnet? Where is a bonnet?
There is no bonnet, Your Honor.
The bonnets would have costed over twice the price. They just weren't available.
You weren't willing to pay twice the price? Did she tell you it would cost twice the price?
Not twice the price. She did say there would be an increase in price, but didn't specify how much.
And how long before the event did you let her know you would need them? Did you call her? She says it was 15 months later, but was it, all right, so if it, the 16th month, say it occurred the 16th month, when did you tell her? The 14th month, the 15th month, or a week before, which would be the 16th month?
Your Honor, the very first month, from the beginning that we started planning this
But
party...
you changed it 3 times or twice. Go ahead.
When we started planning this party, it was 9 months out, right? So that gave her 9 months of notice. Then we pushed it back, and then we pushed it back one more time to create that 16-month time span.
The last time, what was that date scheduled to be?
November 12th.
November 12th. When did you request of her the flowers to be delivered November 12th?
It was June 15th, I believe.
Is that
Was the
about right,
original
ma'am?
Was the original date?
Nope, the last date.
I think it was a little bit later.
When she requested that you come November,
That would have been 3 months before that November date, sir.
not June. June, between June and November is not 3 months.
No, that was the first date.
No wonder you getting sued. You can't count. What? Well, I'm not asking her. Keep telling me about the first date, the first date, the last date, the last date. Hold on.
I believe it was September, Your
We're
Honor.
gonna do this. We're gonna make this real easy. You write it twice. One for the plaintiff. One for the defendant. Make sure she can read it.
Yeah.
Now, what does that sheet say? Loud and clear.
Last.
What does that sheet say?
Last.
Are we clear now?
Yes.
All right. The last event, November 12th, your final change.
Yes.
When did you notify her? Hey, I need everything on November 12th now. When did you tell her that?
That would have been September 1st, to be
So
exact.
we've had 3 dates here.
Yes.
June, 6 months, 15th month. Now it's September. Is it about that, ma'am? 2-month notice?
It was September, Your Honor.
Okay, and not knowing much about the floral business, you got to give me a little more explanation as to why you could not get the described floral arrangement in 2 months. That just doesn't sound. It sounds like you can order it. Sounds like you can go to a, well, I guess a competitor. Well, if you're giving the competitor money, they'll give you the floral arrangement. It just sounds unreasonable. You got to explain to me why you can't get a particular floral arrangement in 2 months. Go ahead.
The thing is, Your Honor, when they're out of season, it costs exponentially more.
Then did you tell her that?
I did. And
Was she willing to pay it?
She was not. As you can see in the text messages, I told her, and she said, I'm not willing to pay that much, girly, or something along those lines.
I can't spend anymore. So, why didn't you say, well, I can't give you what you're asking for?
I did. I told her I could accommodate best without having the blue bonnets, trying to still make it work.
You didn't give me that text.
I told her, I don't know if it's in the text there, but I said I can work with you to make it seem a similar vibe to what you're asking for. But unfortunately...
Was that the discussion?
The discussion was, here, I think I have the text that she's referring to, if you would like to see
So the date of the party, I don't need it twice. What you handed in? You said you have what she referring to. Go ahead.
I think there may have been a...
Continued text, all right. Did she
Yes.
cut off? You're right. I was wondering, that did mysteriously look like a interesting ending to a conversation. The flowers I'm using aren't going to be truly blue. She told you, you're going to give me evidence to hurt yourself. Why would you do that?
I needed blue flowers, and I had said that in our next text message.
But she tells you the flowers I'm using, she gives you clear notice, aren't going to be truly blue.
Your Honor, I may have been okay with that change had I received a photo of what the floral arrangement would have looked like so I could approve it, and I never received that photo until the day of.
Did you ask?
I did, yes. It should be in that sheet.
Okay, but I do see your insistence. Your response is, after she tell you all that, you got a 4-word response. I need blue bonnets. I'll do my best to have blue flowers and keep the color of the floral arrangement looking similar to your vibe. K, can you send a pic? Hey girl, it's the day of the event and you never sent a pic. When is it coming in? Did you get a response from that?
I did. Yes, then I received the photo.
All I see is a picture. Oh, that's when she sent the
That's
photo.
when she sent.
And this was the day of, as you say. And then when you saw them, what was the conversation?
Then when I
between
saw
the two
her,
of you, when you saw them, when she brought them?
I was furious. I couldn't even look at her in the face because she had told me that she would do her best to keep with that blue theme, and the majority of the flowers that I had received are purple.
Did she explain to you the season issues that are not available during the season that you've now postponed the event for? The original date was the season in which they're available, but you've changed them twice, so you've almost went through 2 more different seasons, and she says they're not available year-round, and I don't know. Do you know?
Yes, sir. We had that conversation, and we came to the conclusion that I was okay without the blue bonnets, but I wanted the blue theme. That's what the overarching theme of my
Well, you
party
had
was
some blue in here.
And Your Honor, if you go to our
You should
contract,
just put a sign. You know, did they send you a sign, put the little sign up there, look at the blue?
Your Honor, if I may
Yes.
discuss further, I was uncomfortable putting more money into her business as each week she has a new hobby. I don't know how long this florist thing is going to last with her.
Hobbies are you referring to? The woman can have any hobby she wants.
I'm
What, you
referring
swim, play basketball,
I'm
lift
an
weights,
artist. I like to create.
skate? What other hobbies?
What other
You know
hobbies?
all this woman's hobbies.
She's
How you-
been a restaurateur. She's been a writer. She can't keep a job. She can't keep a boyfriend. It's always fluctuating. She just can't stay consistent with anything. So I was uncomfortable spending more money.
You know what I just heard? That she has a conglomerate. She has several businesses. That's what a conglomerate is, or holding company. She operates several businesses, and she don't have time for no man, because she's trying to get her coins. You talking about she don't have a man?
Your Honor.
Didn't you say that?
Yes, I did say
then,
that.
and I'm telling you why.
However, I would believe that fact if it were true, but none of her hobbies have proved to be consistent.
You counting her money?
No, sir.
Well then, how you know whether she making any money at her restaurant?
Because she doesn't have that job anymore, sir.
Well, she went on to bigger things. What was the other one?
A writer.
How'd you do with that?
Pretty good.
You make any money?
Yeah.
This stumps me because I don't know much about flowers. I'm gonna have to take a break and see when they bloom. Are they available? What? This is in November. I have to see if blue bonnets are available or if they grow in the fall, specifically November. That's going to determine the case, man. She can't give you what she can't find. And if you don't want to pay the exponential amount as well, we'll adjourn for a hot second with Judge Mathis. Made a couple calls, called my wife, called a couple other people. And the point is that they are from March to May. That's when they're grown. So you pushed it way beyond the time in which they would be available. And she told you, I just read the text. So I'm going to grant her her $350. She provided her service best she could based on the circumstances, and the circumstances were you changed them twice, moved the dates beyond the time in which blue bonnets are grown, and she told you that she could get you what she could get you, and you accepted it. You just didn't like it once you got there. And so I'm going to grant her judgment. So have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $350.
See you at Christmas.
If you'd been more responsible, maybe I would have taken your word that you have gotten me blue flowers.
This court with Judge Mathis.
Ingram Land is suing Paula Johnson in the amount of $531.25. Miss Land claims she and her friend hosted an annual neighborhood barbecue and says Miss Johnson needs to chip in for the additional people she invited.
State your name.
Ingram Land.
Ma'am.
Paula Johnson.
All right, Ms. Lamb, you're suing the defendant for $531.25, alleging that she invited too many people to an event you were having without your authorization, running up the cost, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, start with you.
My used-to-be friend, Paula, we've been friends and neighbors for about 5 years, and we have these parties every summer where, you know, it's just a kickback. We get our friends and family together and our kids because they've grown up together and went to school together, and we get a food truck just to make it easier. So
You don't have anybody among all y'all friends that's not lazy.
I guess so, but there's so many people coming that it just makes it easier to hire somebody to do the cooking.
Oh, y'all bougie barbecuers. All right, go ahead. I have 50 people coming. I barbecue and my wife cook for 50
okay,
people.
I guess we are bougie then. Well,
That's
Paula,
right. Y'all are. Go ahead.
Paula Paula and I agreed to split the cost of the food truck, and for the past 3 years, she never pays me her half. And so this year, she invited all these extra people that showed up, 15. I have the receipt right here where the food truck charged me extra.
I
and
don't
she
blame
didn't
her.
want
I
to
did
pay.
the same thing. If she been a sucker for 3 years in a row, I'd take it the next step too. I invite all my friends. I got me one to go over here, y'all. I ain't paid her in 3 years, and she don't think, and she ain't said nothing. So y'all want to come with me? Tell me what happened.
I've known Ingram for about 5 years.
Y'all always gotten along?
Yeah, I moved into the neighborhood. She was already there. Our children were around the same age. The part that she's not correct on, she's saying that I owe her for 3 years. We both, put in and do different things or whatever when we have these barbecues, so I don't owe her anything.
And did she ever mention to you, you owe me some money, where's your half?
Well, she did, but I pay for stuff too.
I've got the text messages right here, Your Honor, that says she agreed to pay her half for the food truck.
I know, she's telling me that today.
Right, and she's been dodging me. I've left
You said
notices
she
on her
hadn't paid
door.
you 3 times in the past.
Yeah, she's given me like a small portion towards her half, but she's never paid her entire half.
Can I tell you my side of the story? I ordered things as well. I ordered a DJ Spin It for this
This
event.
is which one? Because you've stiffed her 3 times.
I didn't stiff her.
Yes, you did, Paula. Nobody asked you to pay for a DJ. If that's the case, you could have paid me my money.
Well, I paid for a DJ, Your Honor.
We're talking about the event in question that she's suing you for.
I got a taco bar, and she danced on every song when the DJ and the band was playing. So
I didn't know I
she
wasn't
acted
gonna
like
be
she was
paying.
having a good time.
Oh my.
What was the agreement regarding paying for the plans that you all had made for this year's party?
The agreement was the food truck was supposed to be $17.50, and we were going to split it in half. I got charged for 15 extra people, which was an additional $375.
Ma'am, did you bring 15 extra people?
Your Honor, I don't know how many people it was. It probably wasn't as many people because she's not a likable person, Your Honor. So this year I had it at my house, so I invited people so they came.
Oh, it was at your house. I didn't know that
Yes.
part. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Which is why I got more food and I bought stuff to have a taco bar because I knew that it would be an influx of people.
And you paid for that total?
I did.
Did you tell her that?
She was there. She knows she didn't buy it.
But, Your Honor, the past 2 years I've had
She
it in
was
my
drunk.
house, and
She
I
don't
paid
know
for
who
the
bought
extra
what.
stuff.
Drinking
I
that
bought the
dark
alcohol
liquor.
as well that
Well, you
she
shouldn't have
drank.
no Hennessy there. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, the past 2 years, I've had it in my house. And, of course, I bought extra drinks and everything. That's just something that's been, like, agreed upon between us, too. Like, we have it at our house. We provide the extra stuff that we need. But for the food truck, we agreed to split.
Only thing we're talking about is the extra 15 people. Otherwise, you have split the food truck expense, correct?
Right, but she just never has paid her half.
I thought she didn't pay her half of the additional amount.
No, Your Honor.
She didn't pay the basic charge that you all agreed to divide.
Correct.
Ma'am,
Your
is that
Honor,
true?
Your Honor, I gave her $531. So I did give her half of the initial payment.
Food truck.
She's lying.
She did.
Was it on the food truck?
It was.
Okay, you just told me she didn't give you anything on the food truck.
Well, she gave
We
me...
just said that.
She
Your
didn't
case
give me half
dismissed. Have
of
a
the
good
total.
day. All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
I can't believe you just won't pay your half so we can be friends and move past this.
There's no friendship. Enjoy your life, and I hope your kids do.
Judge Mathis.
Everett Davis is suing Ariana Ravens in the amount of $1,578.28. Mr. Davis claims he left some items in his ex-girlfriend's storage unit and says his property was auctioned off without warning. Miss Ravens is countersuing for $3,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated. Both litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you. State your name.
My name is Everett Davis.
Ma'am.
My name is Ariana Ravens.
Okay, sir, you're suing them for $1,578.28, alleging she owes you this money for property she sold without your permission, and your counterclaim is for $3,000. All right, start with you. Give us some background.
All right, so I met Ariana back in December, and at the time I was still with my baby mother, Bria. we were in an open relationship.
Yeah, what does the open relationship mean in this context? Because people have different things, interpretations. Some say open relationship is where couples freak off with other couples. What level of openness did y'all have? Did she know you can go and have intimacy with other women with no problem?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could they be there at the house with no problem?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you couldn't bring them home. As long as you did it outside, you all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now you let her do her thing if she wanted to, right?
No, Your Honor.
Why? Well, it ain't open. It's one side. That's just cheating. That ain't open. You're a chauvinist. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If you can be out here with all these women doing your thing, and she got to know it and handle it, then she should be out here with all these men doing her thing and make you handle it.
With all due respect, Your Honor, if that was something that she wasn't comfortable with, then I don't think we've ever would have crossed that bridge. But it seemed like she was, so.
All right. She's still sitting over there. You have to stand up, ma'am. And state your name.
Bria Chun.
What do you want to say?
I just want to say that although it sounds kind of crazy.
Not really. It's a very common practice.
Yeah, fair enough. But what I want to say, Your Honor, is that after we had our baby, I got pregnant when I was 19 years old, delivered when I was 20. And things were not really working out for us. We've been together since we're 12 years old. That type of relationship, very cute, been through a lot. And things were not working out for us. And that's why when he decided to find solutions, we thought that maybe him going for a little while or trying something else would give him some peace of mind.
Okay.
That's why I agreed to it. But
very good. Thank you for your testimony. You may be seated. All right. So, when you met her, and that was in December.
Yeah.
You began dating, or did you?
It was not at first. It was more like we were just kind of talking, seeing where things were going. I actually met her at the grocery store checking out groceries for her daughter. And I have a daughter as well. I was also checking out groceries. Her card declined, so I decided to cover the charge. And then that's how we kind of started to talk and get to know each other.
How did you all exchange numbers? What was the reason for that?
Well, she's a very beautiful woman. So
okay, so you were hitting on her.
Yeah, I
all
did
right.
ask
Well,
her
don't
that.
act like you were just being a good Samaritan. You were hitting on the woman. You paid for. I bet you wouldn't have paid for if she was 1 out of 10. If she was a 2,
I would have.
No, you wouldn't have. So let me get to what happened once you all exchanged numbers. What was the next step?
So she is right. I didn't tell her that I had a.
That's not what I asked you. I said, what was the next step after getting her number?
Oh, we dated for a little bit. We went out a couple times here and there.
And by that time, after a couple of times, you never told her about your partner?
Not at first, no.
Okay, how long did it take you?
Like 4 or 5 dates.
Okay, 5 days later, you said, hey, I have a partner I live with.
Yes.
You say partner or wife, I'm sorry. The mother of your child.
My mother of my child,
yes.
my partner.
And you told her that.
Yeah.
4 or 5 days in. And was she all right with it?
At the time, yeah. She understood that we were in an open relationship.
And she didn't have a problem with it?
No, she didn't have a problem.
Okay, she was open too then, sounds like. All right.
From my understanding,
you had a good deal going, if those are your values. All right, so you had 2 of them at the same time. And what went wrong? What's so good went so wrong?
So, basically, our communication is the biggest problem. After a while, it just wasn't... It wasn't what
after a while, as in when? How long?
Well, by this point, we were already living together when things started to get
Okay, let's get to that point. When did you all decide to move in together?
We moved in together around, I want to say, February.
Okay, that's pretty quick. And would you left the mother of your child, or you just moved and still had her at the house, or where you all had previously been?
Well, at that point in time, when I decided to move in with Ariana, it was also because me and Bria were not seeing eye to eye at all.
You talking so big about you got an open relationship, like you the man, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Please, go ahead, ma'am. You give me your description of the relationship.
Once he moved in, it was maybe 2 months before He told me that he was in, well, before I found out he was in a relationship. He did not tell me.
2 months after moving in.
2 months after moving in.
Not before.
Not before.
Because he claimed the 4 days.
Nope, it was
He said
about
it was only
2 months.
4 days.
No, it was 2
I
months
knew he was
after.
fronting. I knew that was a front.
Your
I
Honor.
know fronters when I see they call them posers.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, in the street we call them posers.
I
or
agree.
they call them posers.
Him and his girlfriend, they are aware of.
Cap, he cap.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Ooh,
So maybe
period.
2 months after he moved in, I found out that he had a girlfriend. How I found out was through text messages. I was going through his phone because he would go missing for a few days. Those 4 or 5 days he would be at another woman's house, and then he would come back to me. And so one day he was asleep. I just decided to go through his phone because I knew he was hiding something. That's how I found out he had a girlfriend and a baby mother.
All right, when you approached him, what did he say?
He wanted to break up with me. He didn't feel like we should continue because he says I get very mad easily over nothing. So he wanted to go back with his baby mother.
He said you get mad easily about him having the other women? The
Yes,
other woman?
about the other woman that I was mad about for nothing.
All right. You're suing for $1,578 because of what regarding your property?
So after I moved out, Your Honor, I still had some things in her storage unit. I didn't think it would be a big deal for me to leave
In
it
her
there.
storage unit? Why were your things in her storage unit?
Because we didn't have enough space in her place, and I also didn't have enough space at Bria's place. So when
please go ahead.
I mean, I did have a lot of things, you know.
Yeah, but it went wrong. Tell me what went wrong. All them things. What went wrong with all those things?
After I left, Your Honor, she didn't pay the storage unit, and they auctioned it off. I had sentimental things in there. There are
Why didn't you pay
photographs.
it?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you pay it? They were your things, player.
Well, Your Honor, up until I had left, I was giving her extra money for any extra things, including that as well.
What? How much?
One time I gave her 19.
No, a month. How much? Because storage comes monthly fee. Ain't no one time. That ain't how storage go. Storage want their money every month.
Your Honor, I would give her money for the rent.
How much, sir? Are you hearing me?
$1,500.
$1,500 a month you would give her. That's
Yes,
what you're telling me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Beginning when?
Beginning when we started living together in about February or so.
February, you began giving her $1,500 a month, and you gave her that amount until when?
Until May.
15 to May.
Your Honor.
All right. And when were the things put out, you say?
In July.
Okay, and you were up to date as far as you know. Why didn't you pay June and July?
Well, Your Honor,
because if you don't pay, that's what happens.
It wasn't
put out.
It wasn't my unit, Your Honor, and I thought
know,
she
but
was.
you had already established the agreement that you would pay $1,500 a month, and you did so, and then you stopped.
But Your Honor, that was just for rent, and truthfully, I was paying.
Hold on. That was the $1,500 was just for rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you didn't pay nothing on the storage. You didn't pay anything. Why didn't you pay on the storage, sir? Why didn't you pay for your things?
I gave her extra money.
No, you said you'd only given her $1,500 a month. I said, what's the total you gave her each month? $1,500. That's the total, including the storage? Yeah, $1,500. Now when I get all the way to the dates in which time you stopped, that was only for rent. How much per month did you give her for storage, sir?
$200 to $500 extra on top of what I was giving her.
$500.
Yes.
How much was the fee for storage?
$150, Your Honor.
Why did you give her $200 to $500 for storage when it was only $150?
Because, Your Honor, it wasn't just for storage.
Sir, I'm asking you about storage. What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you? What's wrong?
Nothing.
What's the matter with you? I keep saying storage, and you keep talking about other stuff. What's the matter with you?
Well, what I'm trying to explain, Your Honor, respectfully.
No, answer my question directly. How much money per month did you give her for storage? And now we know it couldn't be any more than $150 because that's all it cost.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, one last time before I throw your case out, because now you're showing me you're confused, you don't know what you're talking about, you're in a daze for some reason. Television lights, you forgot about. Stop that amount when?
That was around the time that I left. So May was the last time I gave her
So
payment.
if you stop paying, what did you think would happen?
I thought that I would come back and get him in a matter of a month or so.
Did you?
But he didn't, Your Honor.
No, I
Right,
didn't,
man.
Your Honor.
So what do you think would happen? Well, you wanted to bum off her?
I didn't.
You
think
wanted her to
about
pay for your bills? You wanted her to pay your bills?
No,
That's
Your
what
Honor,
happened with that open,
wasn't
doc.
my
That open life. You got to pay. You got to pay, baby. You can't play open if you can't pay. Even the Quran says you can have as many wives as you can afford. And you ain't Muslim,
Yes,
clearly, because you can't afford any of them. Ma'am, you tell me about this story.
The last payment he made was $1,500, and that was in May.
What was that toward? The rent that he usually gives?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so, did you get notice that it was going to his thing? The things were going to be sold? Was the storage in your name?
The storage was in my name.
All right. So you at that time became custodian of his things.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you agreed to. He playing all y'all. Now he done played you up on your name. Your
tried.
name is on it.
He tried.
You're the custodian.
Yes.
And you had a responsibility to maintain his things.
Yes, Your Honor.
You took that responsibility.
Well, we discussed that, and he knew that what was going to happen. He knew that his belongings could be seized because he knew the situation and the predicament
When did
that
you
I was
discuss that? When did you tell him that could happen?
When we got the
She
storage.
never did, Your Honor.
When we purchased the storage.
Purchased the storage in May. You said, all right, if you don't pay this, it could be, or you purchased it in February.
In February.
You said, all right, if you don't pay this, it could be seized.
Yes,
And so,
and he knew the predicament that I was in. I did not have the position that I have
so
now.
you did right by warning him.
Yes,
that
Your Honor.
if you don't pay this, they're going to sell your things. And
Correct.
then he didn't pay it.
Yes.
And then they sold them. All right, your counterclaim is $3,000. How does he owe you?
He owed me that because he left me without notice, and it took me 2 months to find another place. So for those 2 months, I did not have anywhere to go, no one to turn to, no notice, anything. He just left me high and dry.
Okay, sir, she says you abandoned the tenancy, therefore put her in the jam and you should pay.
Well, sir, Your Honor, I'm sorry. What she's not telling you is that when I left, we were at the end of the lease. I left and I paid my month off before I left.
Is that true, man?
That's not true, Your Honor.
Okay, I need to see some evidence.
I have it right here.
Let's see it, please, Amir. When the lease ended.
Came in the folder.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
All right. This doesn't say anything about a lease. That first page, the second page, doesn't say anything about when a lease ends. Sir, what are you talking about?
The first
What are you
page are all
talking
this-
about? What?
The first page, Your Honor, are all
Just
the...
hand him that then. Just hand him that one page that says when the lease ended. Hand him that page. Amir, just start taking one page at a time from the folks, because that's game. They hand you a big stack.
Your Honor,
and
I
don't
have
think
a
that
lease
you're gonna-
agreement.
And don't think you're going to read. He has it, ma'am. I want to catch him with Judge Mathis. He said he had it, and he said it ended. So I'm going to see. He even tried to perpetrate that he had it. He handed it to the officer to give to me. So that might have been, that's considered fraud. That's considered an attempt to defraud the court, saying you have something that you don't.
Your Honor, what I meant to say was that...
That's not what you meant to say. One question. Do you have evidence that the lease ended in a particular month? That's a yes or no. Your claim is dismissed and yours is granted, ma'am. He has zero way to prove his case. Secondly, that the lease was still standing. That's the only thing you had standing. Oh, put your arm down. You ain't part of this. That's the only ground you could have stood on, is that the lease had ended, and that's why you were
Your
going,
Honor, with all
but
due
you're
respect,
unable to. In fact, you tried to perpetrate a fraud against the court, saying that you did, but you didn't. Your claim is dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff has been ordered to pay $3,000.
I want to apologize about what we had to go through. I'm sorry if you felt like my communication skills were not the best. And go on with your life with Bria, and I'll go on with my life. Thank you for all the help.
I can't believe
That's
you got
all I
away
have
with
to
it.
say.
Ethan Gregory is suing Michael Tommins in the amount of $347.30. Mr. Gregory claims he left his headphones at the defendant's vacation rental and says after Mr. Tommins found them, they disappeared again.
State your name.
Your Honor, my name is Ethan Gregory. I'm originally from Los Angeles.
Ain't nobody ask you all that. I don't care where you from.
Okay.
State your name, sir.
My name is Michael Tommins.
All right. Give me some background on you.
Sure. I'm suing the defendant. He is the landlord that I rented the property from. It was a 1-bed, 1-bath rental unit. The issue was not during the stay. The issue is once I realized that my beautiful headphones were misplaced, I texted him, the landlord, and he told me that the cleaning lady found them and that he had them and he was going to leave them in the front of the house in the left bush of the property. And I was like, okay, fine. I will come and pick them up, even though he said he was going to be there all day.
Now you get into a problem. Leave them in the bushes. Go ahead.
And I actually didn't make it until 9:30, and when I got there, they were nowhere to be found. So they went from lost to found to being lost again.
Or stolen.
Or stolen.
Well, certainly, sir. You put those earphones, you put it in an open and obvious location for any stranger to have access to it. Anybody.
Your Honor, he was missing these earbuds for 3 days before he contacted me to begin with. 6 months before the plaintiff's stay, I changed my policy that I'm no longer responsible for lost items. The reason for this is I used to get everything I could find for everybody. It was a full-time job for me. Okay? You know, if I found things, I was a hero.
I think I left my underwear over. Did you change it in writing? Do I have something in writing saying the policy? Let me see it, please, Amir.
And if you read it, it says I'm not responsible for any lost items. And it also says if they are stolen, I'm not responsible.
Your Honor, I am aware of the rules, which I saw on the rental website, and I was okay with it. The only reason I'm pressing charges is because he found them. So I feel like once he found them, his rules did not apply.
He assumed responsibility.
Yeah.
That's your legal theory.
Yes, thank you.
It's a relatively sound legal theory, with the exception that if he was really a good Samaritan,
you can say
good
that.
Samaritans shouldn't be prosecuted. The law. We also have a sound law. We use the example in the law of a doctor riding down the street. He sees somebody in distress. He stops to help, but he's unsuccessful. We're going to prosecute him. He's a good Samaritan. He's trying to do what he could. His efforts just failed. He had no responsibility. You knew that. But the good Samaritan, when you called him, said, okay, I'll look. He could have said, well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't call me about that mess. Yeah, he could have said that. And he wouldn't owed you a dime. He was a good Samaritan trying to do right by you. They were you lost them. He didn't lose anything. You lost them. You have lost your own items. You were negligent. He wasn't negligent. Judge Mathis. So, sir, that's the law. And you have a right to believe, and you're close to the law. You just forgot the exception to that law. And the exception is the Good Samaritan law. Somebody tries to help you get out of a jam, and they have no responsibility to help you. See,
but it is his property.
All merchants are not nice people. He is, however.
Not from my experience. I need those headphones for work. I have very bad hearing, and I need them.
Where you work, sir? Hold on. Let him floss again. You know he like to talk big. Let him talk big. Okay. Go ahead. What you need? Where do you work?
I work from home for a very big streaming company.
I knew it had to be big. So, you know, he don't do nothing little. That's right. I like that about you.
And I need to hear every single word that my coworkers and anybody from higher up has to say, so I don't get in trouble.
The only problem with that is, if you're so big, you don't need that $347, and your claim is dismissed. He was doing a favor for you as a good Samaritan, and just because he's failed, you cannot sue a good Samaritan. Have a good day. Claim is dismissed.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Do you have any last words for each other?
No.
The judgment's music to my ears. You know, as my housing policy states, I'm not responsible for any lost or stolen items.
I believe in Yelp reviews, and you're going to get a bad one.
I'm wondering why you didn't take advantage of that opportunity. You didn't need any the time I described. Wouldn't you be satisfied with that if that's all you could
Yes, Your
spend?
Honor. Well, I would have never known about the affair if he would have just never let this happen. I would have been so happy to spend.
Yeah, I'm talking about
time.
him telling you not to come. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
and the excuses he used, and therefore, wouldn't you have gotten past that? Wouldn't you? And you should have said it to him. Well, I know you should have time after 9 p.m. Talking about you working. I'm really busy, and I don't think I'll have time to make your visit worth it. Well, my visit is worth it.
It is.
Well, that's what you should have said. What did you say back? I don't see anything.
I just went and flew out to him to surprise him because it seemed like he really did want me there based off of the
Okay,
text.
so you surprised him
Yes.
because, okay, got it. You did right.
You know,
What time
Vegas.
was it?
What time was what?
When you surprised him?
Oh, it was about 9 p.m.
See? 9 p.m., the time at which your work, any work you have to do, even if it's dinner with colleagues, because sometimes you do business at dinner, is over at 9. And that's the time she said would have been satisfactory to her. The scenario I gave. That was a good scenario I gave too, wasn't it?
It was very nice, Your Honor.
Yeah, see? I need to take you to Detroit, get you some lessons.
Mathis Court is back with the case of James Cash, who is suing Sarah Enders for illegal eviction.
So what happened afterwards that you're suing her for? And that's what this case is about, the aftermath of you getting caught.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I was not so honorably suspended for a few weeks after the little escapade she had from work after her little outburst in front of my coworkers and my boss in the lobby of the hotel room surrounded by my clients.
Your coworker.
Suspended for 2 weeks?
Yes, sir. Under an investigation, and I was removed from the convention and conference, and I was on the next flight home the next morning. When I got home, I rushed back to the house. You know, I obviously felt terrible about the situation. I found all of my clothes on the front lawn, and I was told to come back the next day for the rest of my stuff. I still had about a month or half of the month left from the rent that I had already paid for, and I was evicted without the 30 days notice under the law, and being a tenant, I was entitled to that information. That led to me incurring costs of $200 for storage, $1,300 for moving, and then $3,000 to find a new apartment, all while I was couch surfing with my friends.
What's the damage to your property?
To my property?
Yes.
I'm not even coming after that, Your Honor. I'm leaving out the rent that I lost and the damage to my clothing. All I'm asking for is the cost that incurred to actually move.
All right. You sure that's all you want, huh?
Yeah,
Any
Your Honor.
further statements? All right. Any further evidence with Judge Mathis? Well, you sued for the wrong thing because it was what we call a constructive eviction. You all were unable to live together anymore, obviously, after that incident. She threw your clothes out, and you should not have expected or wanted to live with a person under those circumstances. It could cause violence, it could cause emotional abuse of some type, and so that's why the law allows for people to move when they are unable to live together, whether they have a lease or not. And sometimes it considers whose fault it is in effort to determine how much it should be and whether a person should win anything other than the damaged property that they may have incurred. And you don't want to sue for the damaged property for her throwing all your things out. So you have no other case. So your claim is dismissed. You don't want any money for the damage to your stuff. And it was a constructive eviction. So you weren't illegally evicted, and everything that you have suffered as a result of that eviction, and that's a result of the constructive eviction, and you all have to work it out with each other or the landlord, because their law gives me the right to say to you all, nobody owes anything to each other. And so there you have it. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Cheaters never prosper.
I'm so happy you're out of my life now.
Penny Redgrave is suing Eli Peters in the amount of $818. Ms. Redgrave claims she was tricked into sending money to her online love interest for his EMT course and says once she gave him cash, she learned he was a fraud.
State your name.
Penny Redgrave.
Sir?
Eli Peters.
All right. And ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $818, alleging you were catfished into sending him money. All right, start with you.
So, I've been catfished by this man over here. We met on a dating app, and I was amazed by his pictures. So we started talking. We also had a lot in common, looking at his profile, and yeah, we started texting for 6 to 7 months. And he was from Dallas, which is 4 hours away from Austin. This is why it was
Nobody was willing to drive 4 hours for 6 months. Why?
Because
I work like
7 days a week?
7 days. No, actually, I work like 6. I'm a security guard.
Why couldn't you drive there on the 7th?
I'd be busy. I'd be tired.
Because the 7th day is the Sabbath. Are you tired, so you got to rest
Sometimes
on
you got to give it back to God.
Jesus
You know, He
said.
gave me the job.
Right.
I want to give it back to God.
Tell me he had to rest like Jesus said
You
on
gotta
the
rest.
7th day.
There
The
were
7th
also
day is
red
the Sabbath.
flags. I kept asking him.
And he didn't look like this?
Honestly, that's not the guy at all. That's another guy.
He looks worse?
Kinda.
So today he's giving a bad example of a black Jesus on crack.
Basically,
well, tell me how it went down. You sending him money?
Yeah. So, like I said,
6 months, y'all texting back and forth.
We were definitely in a relationship. Yeah, we start talking about the future, kids, moving in together. So he said, yeah.
Judge.
He did.
She
he
wanted
did
to move
mention
to
that.
San Fernando Valley, California.
No.
And that's where the $818 come from, the 818 area code. I didn't never ask her for any of this money.
He did
like
ask
I told
me
her, I wanted to
$500 because he wanted to finish it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wanted to be an EMT.
Sir, I have no idea what you're talking about. She has not told me when and why she sent you some money. Oh, you keep wanting to say,
I was trying to get to that.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry,
Something wrong
Judge.
with you?
No, sir.
Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me what happened. How do you end up sending him some money? I haven't heard
He
that.
said we were going to move in together. We were going to have kids. But for that, he needed to finish his EMT class, which was $500.
Oh.
So he asked me for the money. And I said, you know what? I have to look into my savings.
No.
So give me a minute.
Your Honor.
And he kept asking me for the money for 7 days straight.
I don't believe it. I didn't believe it. He come across, you see how he ran, whoa,
Your Honor, let me
like
tell
he
you
a
this,
big
sir.
fella. I know he wouldn't beg you for money.
I trusted him, and I believed him.
Tell me what happened, sir.
So basically, I did tell her I wanted to save lives and be an EMT. And so basically, she was like, well, if that's your dream, baby, I got you. You can check your Cash App right now. If that's all you need, I'll send it to you.
That's a lie.
And this is basically.
That's a lie.
Judge, I have no reason to lie. We were sworn in. I put my right hand to God.
I got
and
you.
so I'm
Yeah,
telling
you were dry. That's what we call dry begging. I got it. You tell her what you got to do. I got it. In order to catch my MET, I got to have 500 or I'm going to die. It's Mathis. He a woman hustler.
No.
You got
No,
any
sir.
evidence that he agreed?
No.
I done seen this 1,000 times. Where you work, sir? You work?
I do work.
Where?
I'm a security guard.
Okay, and you work 7 days a week?
6.
6. And haven't been able to come up with $500.
No, I actually
work 6 days a week.
Actually, I've been going through some things. I've been taking care of some things at the house, paying for my rent, going through a lot of situations.
Everybody pay for their rent,
You know,
no?
the car.
Yeah. You pay your rent?
My oil.
Anybody that
I
don't
had to
pay
get
their
an oil
rent,
change.
put your hand up.
He said
I
he
had
was
to
going
get
to
an
pay
oil
me
change.
back.
All right,
He never
nobody
did.
put their hand up. Everybody pays their rent. What's the rest of your sob story?
Well, a tire blew out. It's within these
Tire
months.
blew out.
You know, tires.
All right.
They always
So you
try
sound like a scrub.
Well,
you
either way,
sound
like
like
I
a
was-
man that has nothing and you use women all the time. I believe you catfish. Get out of my courtroom. I'm talking and you keep interrupting. $818. Get your woman hustling self out of my courtroom. Find you another sucker. I hope they watch this and avoid you at all costs. Bye.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $818.
Any last remarks for each other?
You know you're lying.
You're a catfish.
You
That's
spent
all I
all
have
your.
to
I
say.
didn't never ask you for
No.
none of this money.
Patrick in court.
You did
Step
it
this
on
way.
yourself.
Step this way, please.